It's Denise DiGrigoli live here on the HN Network every Tuesday with The Drive. The Drive is about how we fuel our mind, body, spirit, creates the lifestyle we ultimately live. And we seek to bring people on that are people, places, ideas, and organizations that can help us move forward mindfully and consciously. We start off every segment with a mindful minute with Denise. And I was driving here today and I was thinking, we're on the heels of Mother's Day. We're going to have a fabulous cooking show with Ro. What can I talk about? And I remembered it was my parents' 52nd anniversary. You might want to show that now, Eric. And I thought, what does it take? Oh, they're going to kill me for doing this. What does it take to go 52 years? Well, we know the HN Network's been around, or the company's been around for over 100. And I guess if you'd ask my parents, they'd probably say, let each other live with their passions. My mother is very much a community advocate. My father is very much a craftsman and very dedicated with an incredible work ethic dedicated to his family. So I can only hope in a mindful minute that I can use some of their passion and their love and laughter for family and make it 52 years myself. And that brings us to an exciting program today. If you saw my newsletter that went out, we said, wow her. Whether it's your mom, your auntie, your sis, or somebody that just deserves special attention from you, this Mother's Day, it's homemade, delicious memories. And there's no better person to join me again but Ro Chala of Festivities. Welcome, Ro. So good to see you.
Thank you as well. Great to be back.
Oh, so the drive is all about things that move us forward mindfully. It's about how we fuel ourselves. And of course, as two creative beings, we're starting this breakfast segment off just so cute, petite, and special. Tell us about what's going on in your mind for Mother's Day.
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate your parents on 52 years.
Oh, thanks.
We are coming up, not almost there too, so we feel very blessed as well. You know, I was thinking about Mother's Day, being a mom myself, and what it would mean to me and my children. Mm-hmm. And so I came up with an acronym called saying TELL.
TELL.
Thoughtful effort with love and laughter.
Yeah.
It has to be fun.
Has to be fun.
No matter how old you are as a child, you know, from little people to older folks, you know, who still have their moms around, fortunately, we want it to be fun. We want them to understand that we have made an effort.
Yes.
So what we've done today is for any harried mom.
Right.
And this is a great opportunity.
That would be me. Harried mom.
Harried mom.
Harried mom. Okay.
Opportunity for dad and kids to get together and bring mom breakfast in bed.
Breakfast in bed.
Breakfast in bed.
But this could be granny in bed.
It could be granny in bed or auntie in bed. It could. You know what? I always say, if you have a friend who has been like a mom to you,
yes,
this is the day to honor her as well. And we need to expand the notion of motherhood because we get nurtured in many different ways.
Exactly. Last week we had Esme on, Empowering Solo Moms. And moms are all shapes, sizes, colors, whether they choose to be parenting alone or parenting together, they are pretty much exhausted and need some love and TLC.
Right.
They need the towel.
They need the towel.
Okay, so what's going on here today?
So basically what I've done here is I've just gathered up items from my own home and put them together in a different way.
Yes.
So when you're thinking about celebrating someone,
let's just show this little cutie.
We just took cantaloupe and cut it out with heart-shaped cookie cutters and added a little pick and piece of a strawberry. Mm-hmm. And so if mom wants to, or a friend or auntie or grandma wants to indulge, would never think of having pancakes for breakfast.
Right.
This is her moment. And this is really a shorter stack.
These are what we call the silver dollars?
Yeah, like silver dollars, exactly. Silver dollars. And we often do this at festivities for late night snacks.
Okay.
You know, after everyone's dancing, having fun, we'll pull out these short stacks. Yeah. And so this actually is, if you can see it, this actually is a Limoges piece that I bought at an antique store. Mm-hmm. And it's for your rings. And then this is her syrup, and this came from Lebanon. It's a hand blown.
So these are basically little trinkets that you had in your house or you found.
Exactly.
Which so fits with the drive. We repurpose, we seek to find other uses for things creatively.
Right, exactly.
And then it kind of will give mom the wow or
gives
that
mom
special
the wow.
person.
And if it's things you found new for her that all these items that she's going to have after breakfast is over will
Little
remind
keepsakes.
her of that special moment that was brought to her. So basically, this is just a short stack of and with really wonderful, wonderful, pure maple syrup, the real stuff. And this is a tray I use for hors d'oeuvres.
So you found this stuff in your house?
I did.
And so everybody could probably pull this off.
Yes.
With little effort.
Little thought and effort, but have fun.
But
Have fun finding the pieces, have fun creating what you want it to look like, and have fun making little foods.
Little foods, little like small bites.
Small
That's sort of
bites.
in right now,
It's
isn't it?
It's very in.
Small bites.
It's where you can indulge without having that. I had some pancake batter left over, so I made a massive pancake. You know, and I looked at it all morning. I didn't have it, but I would have had a short stack, and then a cup of coffee.
This is just a little cup of coffee.
A little cup of coffee.
Or it could be a cup of tea, but it's a cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee.
And this is a Demitasse cup.
Demitasse that I
Hopefully
would
she
use
has.
for Turkish coffee.
If
at
not,
home.
I mean, I've seen these at Crate and Barrel,
Right.
Pier
Anywhere.
1.
Right.
I mean,
and you can really
even a thrift shop will have these.
a thrift store.
Right.
And you can actually, if you take some time and shop it out, then you can actually have fun with it. Have fun with the process.
What I love is the cookie cutter idea, that cutting the fruit into shapes and making this little creative color combination. And I love how you've taken a little trinket and filled it with syrup. I love that like little individual pour. To me, if I got this as breakfast in bed, hint, hint, Ava, I would think this is the most spectacular little gift.
It's a little gift.
It's a little gift.
way to start the day on Mother's Day, and hopefully during the year as well. It could pop up. It could be a pop-up breakfast.
This could be a birthday celebration.
It
This
could
could
be.
you had a bad day at work, Mom.
Yes, it could be, you know, you did great at spinning today, Mom, you know, and it could be anything.
So enjoy the carbs.
So enjoy the carbs because it's just a touch.
It's a touch.
You know, we always think that we can't have, but there's no reason if we're balanced that we can't have a
And
little.
is this a pancake mix?
This was a mix, yes.
And do you have a favorite mix you like? Or does it not
the
matter?
truth of the matter is.
Yes.
Okay.
What's the secret?
It's a secret.
Because I said we were sharing a lot of secrets.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a Stop and Shop variety.
Stop and Shop, we gave them a major
Yeah.
plug, and they're not even a sponsor.
My husband is our pancake king at home.
Yes.
He's tried all the mixes from, you know, all the fancier ones,
Okay.
all the name brand ones.
Hardcore
Every
Stop
time
and Shop.
he goes back to Stop and Shop.
And it's
That's
nice
the
that
truth.
you made them with the nice little round edges. What's
And
the trick there?
the
Because
trick
I want
is-
the little round brown edges.
Okay, the trick is that your pan cannot be too hot.
And I always make mine
And,
too
and,
hot.
and that's I just experienced this morning. I can walk you through what not to do.
Okay.
Basically, my first round,
Yeah.
I put the butter in the pan, in
Yes.
the saute pan, and then I had it on high to start, and then I lowered it.
Yes.
And then I made sure I cleaned the pan out from the butter because
Yes.
that butter's getting brown and
Yeah.
making the next batch too brown.
Too brown.
And I thought they weren't as pretty.
Okay.
So basically, and then I made some that actually, I took a cookie cutter and a heart-shaped. I put it on in the pan, and I made heart-shaped ones as well.
Cute. Now, how do I know how much batter to use? Because this is another thing in
This
my house.
is-
We just use the heavy pour.
Okay, this is basically 3/4 of a tablespoon.
So use a little tablespoon, like a bigger spoon, and just.
And I just gently poured it. I did not try, I let it spread itself. So that if I try to mush it down, you know, I'm just making trouble. This is really more organic. You just
Yes.
pour out of this.
Because then you have the
tablespoon.
little different shape sizes,
right.
and they're so cute.
Right, and it still has a little bit of the puff.
Yeah, it's
You
got the
see?
puff.
But that puff is because it's really a good mix.
All right, it's
Sorry.
a good mix. Sorry, everyone, we use Stop and Shop mix. I don't know if that's a sorry for them or not.
But you know what? It's sometimes people get it right.
yeah,
And
this is practice a little bit.
Yeah, it's practice, and it's also knowing what not to do.
Right.
Making sure that you wipe the pan out so the butter, the brown butter, isn't making them too dark. That's why. And then this is a little berry.
And what's that little fork?
This is a little pretty fork. I'll just take it out so you can see it. It's actually a pickle fork. But
So this again is something you might have had in your house.
It was in my house, and I just love this fork. And I thought, okay, what am I going to put in here that she can pick it up without it being a big fork?
So precious.
So that's really a great way to start the day.
Well, Before we take break, I want to talk about the flowers.
Okay.
Because oftentimes I hear, I can't do flowers, I don't know how to do flowers, and with all the design shows on TV now, you know, with everything being so elaborately over the top done well, like this looks, but you and I put this together fairly quickly behind the scenes. Tell people, it's really easy.
It's easy if you're willing to go natural.
Yes.
If, you know, years ago when I lived abroad, I took a flower arranging class from a very well-known English floral designer. I flunked because it was so precise. But I love fresh flowers. I love them at home. I love fresh flowers. And these are just, you want to pick the right container. That's really kind of key too. Now, you don't want, I could have picked a bigger container, a taller container, but they would not have sat so naturally in the container.
With the wider mouth.
With the wider mouth. And so with the crisscross, sometimes you take like a leaf and wrap it around, you'll see that.
Yes, you'll see that.
It'll hide, if your stems are not very pretty, you can do that too.
Right.
But I kind of like this natural look.
I do too. It really feels like it matches what you have going on, and I think for anybody that's not a pro, this is a wonderful presentation that still says I love you, I care, and the color has just got the wow going on.
Got the wow. And also, one tip is that when you bring your flowers from the market, you cut them on the bias at the bottom of the stem.
That's on the angle.
On the angle.
Yes.
That allows the stem to absorb the water and nutrients from the water and keep your flowers.
Do you do any old-fashioned things like my grandmother did? Put the penny in there, put an aspirin
never done
in there.
A penny.
Is there any truth to those myths?
It probably is, because it probably would be the metal that adds those nutrients to the water.
Oh, interesting.
You know, but I think making sure that your stem is cut properly.
And how long will these last for Mom or that special person?
I would say if they start off pretty closed, you've got a week on them.
Okay. So after you serve this wonderful tray, breakfast in bed, or maybe out on the sun porch with the morning paper, which would be my pleasure.
That would be really wonderful.
You get to adorn the table with these for about a week, and then I have my little special trinkets for my jewelry and my little tiny small earrings that I can keep.
Now, if Dad wanted to add the trinket to this,
yes,
that would be really awesome.
Even better, Troy.
That would be, you know, really, here, honey, this is for you. So you can really take this wherever you want. I mean, you know, the kids can make, you know, the old-fashioned, you know, macaroni necklaces, and you put in a pretty box for Mom, and all of a sudden she has the trinket tray, and then she has something fun too.
And I even think for some of my solo moms that this is a wonderful idea, because it's a gift that reminds that all the hard work you do year round it's sort of the gift that keeps giving, right?
It is.
Yeah,
and also,
it's because you sourced it.
It doesn't feel, it's really individual.
It's very individual.
You know, it's really, you know, I'm doing this for you.
Yeah, it's spectacular.
And I think that for a woman, I personally will tell you, I feel pretty looking at this.
Yeah, we were all jazzed up the minute we saw you come in with it.
It makes me really feel like, oh wow, I feel pretty. This is really lovely.
Yeah, it is, and it's
a
quiet love.
It's a quiet love.
It's a quiet love.
Yes.
So when we come back, we're going to be talking. We're going to take our next jaunt, which is picnic at the beach or a special hike.
Right.
You've packed an incredible picnic lunch, and for the very last segment, we're going to be talking about our trip to Paris.
Afternoon tea in Paris.
Afternoon tea in Paris. So these are kind of like the three favorite things that maybe we would like to do.
Okay, I admit it. I made this a very personal journey.
We it for ourselves. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll be right back with The Drive. Ro, thank you so much. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Thanks.
Walter Stewart's Market in New Canaan is your time-saving local shopping destination for the best of spring. Find many of your favorite products, from great specials on everyday items to the freshest organic produce, artisanal cheeses, and grass-fed steaks. Drop off your knives to be sharpened, grab a beautiful bouquet of spring flowers, and stop in next door for a wine tasting. Plus, their personable staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. So stop in to Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street today, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
For more than 50 years, Triple S has been Fairfield County's expert service for carpet, upholstery, and drapery cleaning. We provide the best in repairs and in-depth restoration, understanding fabrics and how to properly clean and restore them. Our staff will come to your home to clean your wall-to-wall carpet to perfection. We can also pick up your fine carpets and bring them to our facilities. With locations in Norwalk, Stamford, and Stratford, Triple S will get the job done fast, big or small. At Triple S, you can count on our people as well as our cleaning. Find us at triplesclean.com or 203-847-8000.
It's time to come back to hometown banking, where people are taken into account, not just balances, where community comes first, a place where there's more than one kind of interest, where automation will never replace consideration, where they not only know your name, they know your dog's name too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well. Bank smart. Bank local. Bank well.
The HAN Network is the leader in local broadcasting in Fairfield and Westchester counties. We reach tens of thousands of viewers via our live news, sports, and entertainment broadcasting. We can create your advertisement and broadcast it through our programming to one of the most affluent markets in the United States. And remember, our broadcasting is live, which means viewers cannot skip or click past your marketing message. And we measure our audience and their demographics on every broadcast. To advertise on the HAN Network, contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
For over 25 years, Mike Cizik Painting and Wallpapering has been the name to know for residential and commercial properties in Fairfield County. He uses only the top brands, including Benjamin Moore, for impeccable preparation and lasting quality. Call Mike now and receive $500 off any job over $7,000. Mike is currently accepting reservations for spring, so call him today at 203-770-8869 or 203-972-3310. For your custom painting, finishing, and staining needs, it's Mike Cizik. For over
We are back with a Mother's Day celebration. Handmade memories, delicious treats. I think I'm looking in the right spot. Anyways, we're with Chala of Festivities, and we've done a beautiful spread for breakfast, and now we're making our way over to the beach, or perhaps a nice sunny hike and a picnic basket. So Ro, I mean, I'm just always so amazed at how you pull this together. I'm like,
It's
wow.
very fun. It's very fun.
And I just want to also say that Ro is going to allow you to email herself or me, and you will get these recipes via email if you're interested. And we'll give you the addresses at the end.
Okay. So now we're going to suppose that Mom is an active mom.
Yes.
And she really loves to have fun outside.
Okay.
And so we're going to take her on a great hike to a place she's never been but always wanted to go. Or to a secret beach she's always wanted to go to. That's more my style.
Yes.
And to really have a really fun lunch that we know she's going to really enjoy. And it's going to be healthy.
Okay.
A little bit of indulgence.
Okay.
But something that she'll feel comfortable eating and really happy. So we have a picnic basket here. And so what I suggest for this is that you can either have an insulated cooler, which are they're very cool ones now out in the market, or you have the old-fashioned kind that my son gave me.
That's beautiful.
And so
I like the old-fashioned part of it.
It's just really, really fun.
It's fun.
And it just feels very
Mother's Day?
picnicky. It feels really, in a funny way, romantic.
Yes.
And so I would suggest that you can buy in the supermarket or Bed Bath & Beyond.
We're giving everyone plugs today. Now they all have to come on.
They better. And so, but the sheets of ice that you can actually put in the bottom of your picnic basket with a like a bar mop, like this bar mop on top, and then put your food on top. We'll keep it cool, and that when you arrive to your destination, everything will feel very fresh and cool. And the other thing I always want to...
That's always important to think about, to put that the cloth on top so things don't get soggy.
Right. They don't get wet at all.
Right.
Even though they don't emit that much water, it still will get kind of wet.
Right.
Other thing is very important, and I highly recommend this, is that you not serve mayonnaise-based foods on a picnic.
Why is that?
Because if they get if the temperature is not right, they will spoil.
Right. And you could get a little tummy ache.
And you'll get a tummy ache, and you could get a hike, and you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Right. So today I brought for lunch.
Okay.
I brought a kale salad with grilled chicken and grilled fruit.
You want me to switch places with you so you
Sure.
can mix it?
Okay. And then let me get all of my ingredients out.
Okay.
And so I actually have some gloves. So the thing about kale, which is so popular right
gotta
now.
jump over my
Okay, I'm going this way. Okay.
Perfect.
And you have me? You okay?
Yep, I got you.
We're just making sure we're not tripping ourselves. The one thing about kale is that it's so popular right now, but it can be somewhat rough.
Yes, I don't like it when I get the rough kale. So what's the trick
The
there?
trick to that is you actually rub your kale.
You rub it?
You rub it.
Guys are going to rub our kale.
And that's going to soften your kale so that it doesn't feel so
Does that
rough.
work with crabby people too? Just rub them and they'll
You know what?
soften?
If you rub them, they
Okay.
tend to soften.
That's another Mother's Day trick, guys.
So
But seriously, are you rubbing the lettuce?
I'm rubbing this kale here.
Okay.
So I'm going to take the kale and I'm actually going to do this to it.
This is a super secret.
This is a super secret.
Wow.
And so you'll see that, look, you see how it's emitting the water?
Yes.
It's getting softer.
Oh, okay. This was worth the show alone.
Now you know, you enjoy kale.
Yes.
And, it
And
will,
rub any crabby people I
and
know.
rub any crack people you know. It's all going to be good. So now we have our kale salad.
All right.
And then what we're going to mix in today, I'll show you what we're mixing
And it's like
in.
even emitting like that beautiful aroma.
You can smell it. Yes. Does
Yeah,
it
it's
smell
almost like an
wonderful?
arugula, but a little bit different.
Yes, exactly. And this is baby kale.
Baby
this
kale.
is not the kind.
And where did you get your baby kale?
I got it at Whole Foods.
Whole Foods. Again, another shameless plug.
Another shameless plug.
We're going to have to call up all of these folks, just so everyone knows the things that we recommend or we suggest. We don't take any. We don't have any sponsorship funding, so it's really what we love
This is
and
really
believe in.
what we do.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what I did too, I actually grilled. I'm going to mix the salad first, then I'm going to put them on top. So then I made my own dressing.
Okay.
I have never in my life.
And I like how you wrapped it for the picnic. So you
see-
wrapped it in a little saran wrap, so it's not getting all funky in your cooler.
Yes.
Right.
You never know if something didn't get put on properly.
Right.
It just
That's
it's
the worst
very
when
forgiving.
you're at the beach and your salad dressing has gone all over everything.
Terrible.
And then you've got sand in it.
And then you're really sad.
Yeah, you're bad. Sad, bad.
Sad bad.
Yeah.
So now I've mixed, you can smell it. It has red wine vinegar. It has garlic.
And I like how you bring your gloves to the beach.
You see?
Yeah, then you can put your suntan lotion on later and nobody's affected.
Okay, so now we have and what we're going to do with our salad,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to mount it in the middle. You see? We're going to give it some height.
Now this is another special secret by Ro.
And then
It's
I've
sort of
got
the artistic
some
presentation.
grilled fruit
And you just grilled it on the stove?
on the grill pan.
Grill pan?
This is plums and pineapple, but pretty soon we're going to have nectarines and peaches, which are really fabulous on the
Wow,
grill.
this is fabulous.
And then, okay.
So this is accommodating those of us that are on paleo and those of us that aren't,
right.
right? So
Exactly.
we have no
So
bread
can you
and a
just
little bread.
Hand me over.
Chicken
Here it
fat.
is here. So what I did now I'm thinking that the kids are with us.
Right.
So now I have, actually I have some cucumbers because these are all my favorite things for salad.
Is there a reason why these are favorite? Do they last longer? Do they look better?
I like these cucumbers. These are the little
organic.
like Mediterranean ones.
Yeah.
And then I have some cherry tomatoes. Now, and then for color, because I love tomatoes. And then what I'm doing then, I'm keeping the chicken plain. It's been grilled on the sides. So if we have, hopefully our kids are with us, they would eat the plain chicken.
Right.
They may not want the kale. They
Right.
may not want.
Ew, Mom,
Yeah,
salad.
yeah, they may pull that on you. So this allows people to really,
Well, look at the color presentation, and it's sort of got such texture, and it's almost like the singing salad.
it's a singing salad.
Right.
So this was 2 big chicken breasts that we grilled. And so now
So these are also fairly simple things that you can do.
it's really simple.
It's in
But it's in the preparation because really,
Yeah, so
When
talk
you
to us, because if guys
mash-
are watching and they're like, okay, that's nice, but my wife normally grills the chicken, or I get my chicken pre-grilled at Whole Foods.
right, exactly.
do that too.
You could do that too.
Okay.
You could
But
buy. You could do it at Whole Foods. You can. You know, we have our Party Express at festivities where all this food comes to you ready for your picnic. You just take it with you.
Okay. So there's ways to
Lots
get around
of
it
ways
if you
to get
don't
around
want
it if you don't want to do it yourself.
Right.
But this is really if kids are involved, this is a very they can rub the
rub the kale.
make the
presentation.
Can make the presentation. Yes, exactly. So there are ways. This is not complicated. I did guacamole and plantain chips just for fun.
I like the plantain chips as opposed to the taco chips.
Yeah.
They seem a little healthier. I like the fact that they're also in little bite-sized pieces. Like instead of the big giant chip, I'm sort of maneuvering in my mouth. And I think it has got a different twist, and it's unexpected with the guac.
It's unexpected with the guac.
I'm
And
gonna eat
also,
this. I'm gonna eat this.
I like to do this when we have children too, because it's another protein. It's another healthy alternative.
It is.
So you could have chicken and guacamole, and the kids have had something to eat that's really yummy.
Right.
And healthy. And now our sandwiches, I did them so that they're all labeled. So if you can see this is the Black Forest ham and cheese.
And you wrapped it with a nice ribbon. You probably had it home.
I did. But basically, this is right off the computer. But it allows, if you have a group of people, to be able to see what's available in a more decorative way.
Right, and this is nice to have other people participate in making the labels.
Right.
You know, make it really a group effort.
I mean, anyone. If you're doing it for your grandmother, for your auntie, for whatever, you put this together, it's a little bit more
It's just a little extra
thoughtful.
special. Yeah.
It's a little bit more extra effort, but that's what's showing up with the love and laughter. And then these are cupcake holders.
Yeah, woo.
And these are raspberry and lemon.
Wow.
So, and then we have iced tea.
Is this a mix or is that from the...
Nope, that's not a mix. That's from scratch.
That's from scratch.
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
And we have iced tea. And we talked about this during the break, that all of these items are for Mom to keep afterwards. You
Right.
brought these, I want to say, at Home Goods.
I did.
The beautiful tray, the blanket, these beautiful cups, and
Not this.
Not
This is-
this.
right.
Your son bought you that.
Yes.
But those beautiful servers.
I started with the towel.
Started with the towel.
That became my color palette.
So that's a great tip too.
Yeah.
Start with something and kind of
Yes.
build around it.
And I built around
that
it.
you think this special person, would like.
Right. If you know that your special person,
I will also say that I did get one email back from my mail newsletter that said, "What about the guys? What about the guys that do all the both parenting, mom and dad side?" So this could be two. If your dad's the mom, it works both ways.
I think that if your dad is the mom,
Yes.
it's a wonderful opportunity to do something really fun for him as well.
Right. And this
It's a
is
day to thank your nurturer. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter who they are. I
Right.
mean, it could be a best friend, your dad, your grandma. It could be anyone. But I think expanding the idea is really lovely too.
And I also think, like, if I was to present this to my mother on Mother's Day, she'd be so thankful that she had what she'd say, I did no work, right? And it was kind of a feast for all.
Right, right. So these are both Black Forest ham and then roasted vegetables.
Okay, so you've got
So we do vegetarian. We always do vegetarian. For all of our events now, we do vegetarian, we do vegan, we think through gluten-free. 30% now of our guests are looking for gluten-free food.
So you could also put this whole sandwich on a romaine lettuce leaf.
Exactly. If you wanted to do something and add to that, you could eat this and skip the sandwich altogether. You could take your roasted vegetables and put some on a platter and keep. If you knew some of your guests were vegetarian, you just move things around. I might add to this a grainy salad. So they would have more substance if they were hiking.
And it would also travel nice, like a quinoa.
Like a quinoa?
Yeah.
Exactly. Wheat
What,
berry?
what I love about what you've selected is the compostable paper plates.
Right. These are so great, and we use them all the time, even for high-end events now. These are actually made of corn.
I think this is the most fabulous thing.
Yeah, and they come in different sizes. This is the 6-inch. They come in 8 and 10. And they're sturdy. They'll hold any kind of food. They won't get sloppy on you.
I love
so
that.
it's really
Now we just need to find somebody that'll make these compostable.
well, they do, but they're hard to eat with yet.
Oh, okay.
They haven't somehow developed enough so that I'm not comfortable, because when we're serving food at festivities, people are eating in public.
Right.
So it's my responsibility to make sure that they're always comfortable.
Yeah.
So I have yet to find a compostable fork.
Probably coming.
I'm sure.
Probably coming.
That even though there's some I'd love to use, because there's some that you can actually put tape on and decorate them.
But they're not there
in my
yet.
spare time.
Yes.
But
In your spare time.
but I think it's something that I'm not comfortable yet with.
But I still think these are a beautiful presentation.
They are.
Silver.
They
I
are.
mean, they look so elegant.
They are.
And again, it says, I really thought about you. I
Yep.
think everything here says, I really thought about you. And I just want you to know how much I appreciate you. And, you bring the color to my life. So back at you.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
All right, guys. Our final stop today is going to be a trip to Paris with some...
I'm ready.
homemade desserts and high tea. Ro, this is really an exciting journey with you today.
It's been fun.
And I hope that everybody, again, you can email us at denise@denisedigrigoli.com or...
Ro@festivitiesevents.com.
Right. And you can always...
ROE.
You can always tweet us at HAN Network CT if you have any questions, and they will get you to us, and we'll make sure you get the recipes. Thanks so much. It's Denise DiGrigoli live every Tuesday here on the HAN Network.
A Better View Window Cleaning Plus has been cleaning glass all over Connecticut for over 20 years. They also specialize in cleaning chandeliers, mirrors, skylights, tiles, and will power wash anything that needs cleaning. They hold an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and are fully insured and bonded. When you deal with a Better View, you're dealing with the best, not the rest. Call today for a free estimate, 203-284-8836, or visit them online, abetterviewcleaning.com.
Alberto Londano Professional Painting, Wallpapering, and Carpentry has been serving Fairfield County for over 20 years. Based in Norwalk, Alberto takes pride in his work by offering you only the best quality service and products. Call Alberto today to get a free estimate and be one step closer to a new and exciting home makeover. 203-866-9635.
What's happening up in Hartford and what's trending in the Nutmeg State?
Join Kate Chaplinsky
And Josh Fisher.
on CT Pulse live Wednesdays at 12:30 to find out.
We talk to the leaders and newsmakers while breaking down the stories you should be paying attention to each week.
With the help of HAN's editorial cartoonist Doug Smith, we take a humorous look at the news of the week. We talk about everything you were told you should avoid bringing up in polite company.
CT Pulse, Wednesdays at 12:30 on the HAN Network.
Had a sports injury or a slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast without an appointment. Biking, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or go to coastalorthoexpress.com. That's coastalorthoexpress.com. Like them on Facebook. Had a sports injury?
Want to learn how sponsored content can help your business? Let the HAN Network help. First of all, what is sponsored content? Well, it's a story, video, or other content compelling enough for folks to want to read it, view it, or interact with it, and it's sponsored by a business. We create this kind of content for clients all the time. We build an interesting story or video that carefully weaves your business's brand into the narrative. It might be a story about how the condominium law in New York State makes property taxes on condos much lower than in Connecticut. The sponsor is a condo developer in Westchester, New York. Or a video explaining the European roots of a cafe and yoga studio in Wilton. Or talking about the history of a brand, product, or store while showing its modern-day incarnation. Or even a poll that asks readers to answer a question that leads them to your brand. Let the HAN Network Content Studio build a story around your business.
We're back, and we have been talking about wowing her. Who is her? Mom, grandma, sis, auntie, best friend, anybody that has been a nurturer or somebody that you need to show appreciation to this Mother's Day. no better a person, no more fabulous a cook than my friend Ro from Festivities. I mean, she takes the simplest things and makes them into the most incredible, thoughtful presentations. To use your words, tell.
Tell.
What does it stand for again?
Thoughtful effort with love and laughter.
I mean, I hope you got to see the breakfast petite platter with her flower arranging, and then we took a little trip to the beach that was just astronomical. And now, if you can't go to Paris, Ro will bring it to you.
Paris will come to you.
That's right.
That's right.
So we're in the dessert phase of our Mother's Day celebration. Handmade memories made delicious. And, okay, I have to stop talking because I'm almost tempted to start eating. What's going on?
Well, what's going on is that we have an opportunity to really relish the afternoon and to take the time to just slow down and be together.
Right.
And so if I want to be somewhere really fabulous,
Right.
my heart takes me to Paris. So we make our own macaroons, French macaroons. There's chocolate,
So you
passion
made
fruit.
these?
Yes, our kitchen made them. And then
so
there's
gorgeous.
raspberry and there's vanilla. And then these are sugar cookies, and these are dusted with dusting sugar. These two here, and these here. This is royal icing.
I asked Ro earlier because I've done royal icing in my day, but have you see how beautiful this presentation is? I mean, not a flaw in this cookie.
I love the color too.
And okay, you can email us for the recipe later.
These are Mexican wedding cake cookies.
Okay,
I
what
think
are those
they're
out
so
of?
cute. They're sugar, or they're sugar and flour, but
Sugar.
you know, and then you dump them into the confectionery sugar, and then you know. Anyway,
All the low carb.
all the low carb
Yeah,
things.
okay.
Yes.
And what's going on here?
So here we have our chocolate dip berries. Now this is not, I made these myself. Our chefs did not make these. So these are really loving hands at home. And what's so great about this is that anyone can do this.
Right.
And so I brought today some chocolate that we melted to show you how easy it is. So if as a family you wanted to have fun with this, you could do that. And so what I've done on this one, this is like my porcupine one.
Yeah.
It's white little chocolate.
This is adorable. I'm going to hold it up so everyone can see.
White chocolate little nuggets that once you take your, let me put my gloves on.
Of course, I'm handling it without gloves. Sorry, everyone, for the off-camera segment. Okay, you're very good at food service. Clearly, that's not my bailiwick.
Well, you know what?
I'm just the consumer ready to eat.
It's really just a very safe way
Yeah, of course.
to make sure that when we're working with the public too, that we make sure that we be as clean and sanitary as possible. So we just take the berry that we've been washed and it's dry, and all we have to do, if you can see what I'm doing, I'm just going to dip it into the chocolate. Now this chocolate is basically chocolate like Toll House chocolate chips, and you can actually,
Okay.
it's that simple.
Now, what chocolate did you use here? Like, where are people
This
going to...
is this is really Toll House chocolate chips.
That's it.
That's it.
And you melted it in the microwave.
And I melted it in the microwave 1 minute at a time. It's very important to do 1 minute at a time.
Right. Why is
because the chocolate will burn.
Okay, and separate, I've noticed, too, in the past.
And also be very
Not
careful
that I burnt my chocolate
that no
that often.
water gets on it, because that will cause it to congeal.
Right. And how long before they set up and they're dry?
I would say within 15 minutes.
So you need to put all of your decorations, such as white chocolate chips,
Anything
nuts,
you want to do.
sprinkles.
Oh, you know what? I didn't have any nuts with me, but we call these glamorous strawberries at work, at festivities, and basically you would take this when it's wet like this and roll it around and crush nuts.
Right.
Oh,
Or
Denise.
crushed coconut.
Crushed
I could go
coconut
on and on.
and
Toffee bites.
Right, all of it.
It could get nuts.
Crushed, Oreos.
Yeah.
I mean, you could line up almost like a ice cream sundae bar.
Yeah.
And you'd have all your toppings, and then you could roll them around, and it's a really fun activity. And
That's true, too.
it's great for the family.
That is great for the family.
So then that's basically.
And
well,
that's
then
also a paleo. Not
we
that I'm
also
pushing
leave.
paleo,
we also
but-
leave some. Always leave some without chocolate.
Right.
Because there are people who don't want to eat chocolate. And of course, we're serving green tea, which I don't know if you know, it has many medicinal qualities to it.
I know. It's so good for you, isn't
It's so
it?
good for you, and it's also delicious. And so it's the basis of all of our iced teas.
Right, and I forgot to mention that when we were over at the beach.
So at the beach, we made an iced tea that had a green tea base, had pineapple juice in it, some cranberry juice, and really you can have any juice that you wanted. But the green tea base is really delicious. It takes away the sweetness of the juices, and it's really healthy, so it cuts down on the amount of juice that you're using.
Right, I thought it was
use the
fabulous.
juice, or you just do the green tea, and then you do a fruit puree. Like you could get them at the grocery store. You can do a mango nectar or an apricot nectar, and those are really delicious with your teas too. So you can make something that's really healthy.
And it's sort of jazzy with all those harmonious flavors in there.
Exactly.
And it makes it feel even more special.
Right.
So are these macaroons something that someone could make, or are we buying those?
I would, unless you were a baker.
Yes, because they look
I would
tough.
tend to think that
I know they're all the rage
I
right now.
myself am not. Well, I don't have. If I had time, I might want to investigate how to do them. But right now, what's happening in the catering world is that we're doing them savory.
Okay.
So, for instance, you might have a goat cheese filling with basil.
Oh, yeah.
You might put something that had. We're using a lot of thyme now, fresh thyme, in not only in baked goods, but also in cocktails. Cocktails now, you know, a lot of the herbs have moved out of the kitchen into the bar.
I know, and it's delicious.
And it's delicious.
So
And-
you're also saying experiment,
oh,
right?
right, have fun.
These, like, for example, this could be a cake plate that was found at home, or found at Home Goods, or found in a thrift store.
Anywhere.
And you're shopping pretty much at your local market.
Right.
And you can buy these. I'm sure you have a recipe for sugar cookies for those, but you can also
Absolutely.
buy those.
And that's just royal icing, which is egg white based and confectionery sugar. It's really easy to make.
And so, as you're enjoying high tea, tell us what high tea is.
High tea is an English tradition of sweet and savory in the afternoon.
About 4 o'clock.
About 4 o'clock.
Right.
But it involved more than just sweets too. It involved tea sandwiches. So it was really a time for families to get together and kind of have a break in the day.
Like the Italians have a little siesta in
A
the
little
day.
siesta. They would sit down. They wouldn't sleep, but they would sit down, and your mom would pour tea, and there'd be a time just kids are home from school, and you have something that's sweet and savory.
So I also like the little decorations. It's sort of like you set the tone of the event with these and I'm wondering if you probably got them at Home Goods.
I'll tell you where I got them.
Yes.
Because as part of my outreach to the community is I get invited onto committees for nonprofits, and I work with them and helping them to really achieve the most they can with their event.
Right.
I have a lot of experience with that. So I'm on the committee for the Old Bags Lunch, which is next week. And okay, you're laughing, but Old Bags Lunch is a 60-year-old tradition that women get together and they auction off fabulous pocketbooks.
Oh.
And the money all goes to domestic violence programs.
Beautiful.
To support survivors. And so because of our work on the foundation, I volunteer with agencies that support safe and healthy homes.
Right.
So the Festivities Foundation, and our new project is called Pass on the Love.
Right.
So if you have an event or you have some things that you use for entertaining you don't want anymore, you can bring them to us.
And they donate them
And
to you.
we donate them to us. You get a tax write-off.
Right.
We then sell them, and the money goes to the Center for Family Justice.
Wonderful.
Now,
That's our friend Deb Greenwood.
Right.
Right.
And I met a woman at the Old Bags Luncheon Committee meeting, and I told her about our project, and she donated these.
Oh, so she knew you were coming on.
Yes, so she donated these
Isn't
to
that
our
nice?
store, and when I go back now, they'll be for sale.
Okay, that is such a great circular message.
So that
isn't it?
basically is, I met her there. She said, I used to give all these parties. My husband's passed away. Can I donate them? I said, of course you can. She said, I want to know they've gone to a good place. I said, yes.
Well, they started here on the drive.
started here.
Wonderful.
But basically, I picked them up yesterday.
Well, I also see myself, like, if we had gone on a trip to Paris and then, or with whomever, and you wanted to set the tone and kind of relive the memories.
Right.
Because I also started off my promotion this morning saying, spend time, not money. and show and find ways that you care and creatively connect and create a memory, or maybe re-venture down that journey and live it again. And so this says, we went to Paris together, it was great. Or maybe we will go.
Right.
And it is great. And by the way, we handcrafted and thought of all these wonderful things. And then to further our crazy
craziness,
craft,
I found this at a local store, and I loved it because it's all heart-shaped pasta.
Yeah.
And I said, for years, kids have made their families macaroni necklaces.
Yeah, macaroni necklaces.
This is like
Yep, I
tradition.
still have mine.
Right, I have mine.
I have mine.
My grandsons gave me mine, and it's in my drawer at home. So this is a way just to have fun.
Right.
And if you want to, or have fun with your kids and make it for dinner.
Yeah, low cost. So
I love
loved
you
all
kids,
the solutions today were low cost.
Yes.
Mom gets to keep all the trinkets.
Right.
And also, the whole creative, tactical work together brings it such a special part of this.
It's easy to go out and buy mom a gift, something.
It's easy to charge.
It's easy to charge.
Yeah.
Check it off your list.
Yes.
But everything that we do as a company, as festivities, and in my own private life, this is the way that I want to live. I want to live with a generous spirit.
Right.
I wanted to have effort, but not crazy. My husband thinks I'm crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't think of it as work.
I know. I don't think of it. I think, we all need to make a little bit more time.
Right.
So that we can enjoy these things, but I don't think of it as work as either. It starts for me, and I hope for the people that are watching us, this has sparked some creativity in you. Whether you do exactly what we've done here today, or you look around your house and you say, how can I make that special? Where can I take that? How can I stretch myself out of my comfort zone? Because often people will say, only Ro could do that. I can't do that. But we are here today to tell you it's that simple. And give it a try. It doesn't have to be perfect. I also find, in my many travels, people want it to be perfect, or they're not willing to do it.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But our first few steps in life weren't perfect.
No, they're not.
So it's
you
kind
fall
of
down a lot.
Right. Well, thank you so much for
it's
coming
been a
on
pleasure.
today.
This is fun.
We need to tell everyone your website.
Festivitiesevents.com.
Festivitiesevents.com. And what's your next upcoming event? Didn't you tell me there's some spectacular event coming up?
Saturday.
Everyone needs to wish for sunny weather for Rose, so her event goes picture perfect and they can take incredible photos.
Yes, you'll see on our website. It's going to be really spectacular.
Okay. Make sure you keep in touch with Ro and I. We gave you our emails, Denise at DeniseDiGrigoli.com and
Ro at festivitiesevents.com, and on Facebook at FestivityCT, Instagram and Twitter the same, FestivityCT.
So you can also catch me if you need to find me at HN Network CT, and they can direct you. We've gotten some requests for people that want to be on the show. We're always looking for great people that live consciously and mindfully, ideas, people, places, and organizations that move us forward. Thanks so much, Ro. Happy Mother's Day to you.
Pleasure.
And I hope you'll come back for the next
I would
holiday.
love to. Thanks so
All right,
much.
that's a wrap. We'll see you next Tuesday with Lisa Lynn. It's Denise DiGrigoli live every week on the HN Network. Thanks to everyone behind the scenes today for helping us pull this off. We'll see you next week.